I'm not sure how this season just keeps getting better and better. Real quick, there's a $15 gift card to Amazon giveaway at the end of this video, so stay put to the end or just jump to the end, it doesn't really matter. I'll also announce the winner from last video at the end of this video. This video is brought to you by thetimetravelingdinosaur.com, who gave me these awesome earrings. Link in the video description below and also in the comment section. First off, I am so pissed that that gold is getting to King's Landing. And if you think the gold isn't getting to King's Landing, go back and watch those scenes again. Motherfucker. Which means Cersei is going to be able to pay back the bank, which means she's going to get another loan because they really like those interest payments and they want to keep their fingers in that pot, and she's going to be able to afford those sellswords she's talking about. So I'm guessing we're going to see the Golden Company in season 8. I really do think we'll see the Golden Company next season. Cersei joins up with Jon and Dany and secretly amasses an army, the sellswords, to slaughter what is left of Dany and Jon's forces after they beat back the others. Or that's what she thinks is going to happen. She'll be choked out long before that occurs. Obviously, Cersei saying she wants to recover things that belong to her involves the entirety of the Seven Kingdoms, but I wouldn't be surprised if it involves other things, such as Sansa Stark. I can really see her trying to get Sansa back so she can torture her just like the Septa. Or like the Sand Snake. So sweet, Brienne finally just took a compliment from Pod. I just feel like she's growing so much this season, and I really hope we see more growth from her character. I know people don't love her as much, but I still enjoy her. And it also has to feel so good to see the Stark girls at Winterfell, regardless of how much work Brienne feels like she put in having that achievement. Sansa and Arya reuniting wasn't as emotional as I hoped for me, but they've both also been through a lot. I liked how unsure Arya was. In the first hug, Sansa is initiating it and holding her tight. Then in the second one, after they've talked for a little bit, Arya hugs her tightly finally, which is how we would expect Arya to respond. Arya versus Brienne was just simply awesome. To see where Arya's at is just so cool. She was besting a renowned fighter. I especially loved after Brienne kicked her to the ground and she did that little pose. And also, that was so clever. Who taught you? No one. Oh, and that look between Arya and Littlefinger was so telling after that sparring match. Arya has zero trust for him, and he knows it. That slight swallow he did and the faint smile just said it all. He realizes he's in over his head with the Stark kids, and he's working out in his head how he can get his plans back on track. Oh, and I love the range of emotions we saw Sansa go through about Arya and her list. First, in the crypt, Sansa thought Arya was joking about her kill list. Then, with Bran, Sansa realizes the list is real. She smiles because Arya was able to kill people on it, maybe just proud of her. But I think at that point, Sansa is thinking someone else killed for her and she had help removing the names, which to a degree she did. Then after watching her fight Brienne, she realizes that Arya likely did the killing herself. She realizes she doesn't know what her sister went through or what she's become, and I think that scared her a little. I don't know, if I was Sansa and my siblings came back as a tree wizard, an assassin, and a guy that was murdered and then brought back to life, I'd be like, what the fuck? But we do have to acknowledge that Sansa has her own skills at this point. She knows how to play the game and she knows how to manipulate. And I think especially for the Starks, that's an important skill to have. So I think in the end she will be a valuable player for Team Stark, even though she's not a light assassin tree wizard. So I do think there's going to be a little bit of tension between the sisters, but it will resolve, and I do think the Stark siblings will come together and work together in the end. Man, Littlefinger is just trying so hard to get in with the Stark siblings, especially with Jon gone. That dagger was completely meant to worm his way to Bran's side, but Bran is so emotionless, Peter can't get in there. I'm sure he was happy Bran doesn't see himself as Lord Stark though, but he was still super creeped out by the chaos is a ladder. Littlefinger has to know he's over his head at this point. How do you plan for a tree wizard that can see your past conversations, an assassin, a dude that came back from the dead that doesn't like him at all, and then just Sansa, but she's also not giving him any, so you know, he's really backed into a corner here. And I really hope we see more of Bran freaking out Littlefinger next episode by repeating his past conversations, especially the, I'm not going to fight them, I'm going to fuck them. Oh, if Bran can say that line, I would be so happy. I am interested if Bran was testing him by asking if he knew who the dagger belonged to. Bran knows, or he can find it out super easy, or maybe he's thinking even beyond Littlefinger, who originally created it and owned it. I think Bran will help the girls know what's going on with Littlefinger though. Sansa and Arya know Bran's visions are real, and when he, emotionlessly, lets it drop what Littlefinger has done to fuck over their family, Peter is definitely going to die, and he's going to die this season. Though on the Bran scene, that was a super sad way to see Mira going. She risked everything for him. Her life, she saw her brother die, she saw friends die, and then she just gets, yeah, I can manage without you. Thanks. That's so heartbreaking, but I'm kind of hoping through this heartbreak, we're going to see her go back to her family, and we'll see Howland Reed in season 8. But she's right in a way. He's not really Brandon Stark anymore. He's beyond that, and going beyond being simply human. Bran is still in there, but he's so fundamentally changed that he'll never be who he was. I think it hit even harder because Bran and Mira had feelings for each other, and now that's just all gone. But I do really want to see Mira back in season 8, hopefully not dying. Maybe she can actually just hang out at home, get over Bran, and not die. I'd actually take that too. Bran giving Arya the dagger has a deeper meaning, of course. He's just not giving it to her because it's wasted on a cripple. He has seen something and knows she needs it for something in the future. Obviously fighting the others and their army. The dagger showed up in the book at the Citadel, and Bran giving it to Arya means she's going to be using it, and I think in season 8 it's going to become even more important. Alright, let's move on to Dragonstone. The Dragonglass Cave was just simply gorgeous. I was actually more worried that Daenerys didn't know the dangers of entering a cave with Jon Snow. Also very interesting that Dany and Missandei were talking about the Lord's Kiss before she went into the cave with Jon Snow. They're gonna bone. I also like that the weird cave etchings are what convinced her that the others are real, but Jon Snow's dreamy stare can do that to a girl, I guess. Showing us the Children of the Forest ritual symbols that the others then used was just brilliant, though of course we've seen their designs before. I just enjoy it way too much that the others are taking their symbols, their magical symbols, their symbols they use for their rituals, and using it against them. Also great that Dany threw Jon's words to Mance in his face without knowing it too. Glad Dany finally bitch-smacked Tyrion and his clever plans. And she has a point. Tyrion is too emotional about the conquest of the Seven Kingdoms. We saw it when he watched Dany take on the Lannister army. He's too invested and not willing to make the moves that are necessary. But I really think those two are going to have some issues with each other in general coming up. Dany wants fire and blood, and Tyrion doesn't. I think she's going to question his loyalty even more, even though I don't think Tyrion has or will turn on her. Though I do want to point out that Jon said, you know, burning cities to the ground makes you like everyone else, like the same old shit. But Dany, even recently, has been very okay with burning the shit out of cities. She has wanted to return cities to the dirt, and it's been Tyrion that has dialed her back. So I actually think we're going to see that fire and blood come out again this season, and Tyrion's going to be there to once again kind of dial her back. The Jon and Theon scene was hilarious. Theon looking at Jon and awkwardly going, "Jon?" was just too good. I watched that scene 5+ times and laughed every time. Like, what do you say to a member of a family you just completely betrayed? Also, note how the Ironborn looked when Theon said Euron had his sister. They are pissed and they are going to turn on him. Oh, and really quick, how sweet was it Davos saying fewer, echoing Stannis's grammar Nazi ways? I thought that was a really cute nod to Stannis. Okay, let's give it to the Field of Fire 2.0. I can actually totally see Bronn switching sides to Team Daenerys. First, he doesn't feel like he's being paid adequately for the services he's been giving Jamie. I can see Danny going, hey, bend the knee to me or die. And Bronn going, well, I'm sure as shit not dying, so woo, I'm now Team Danny, and switching over to Tyrion. And Tyrion can definitely vouch for him. I'm happy Bronn and Jamie are on the same page with Cersei's reign not being quiet and peaceful. They both know she's batshit crazy, and people do not want her on the throne. Also, notice how hard they're pushing Lord Tarly being a dick? Let's just flog people! No way he doesn't die this season. They like to do this before they kill someone in a really grotesque way. Make him extra douchey, just so we cheer on his death. Okay, the battle. I think it was brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. I loved every second of it. Showing the soldiers being shaken up, the adrenaline, Jamie out of breath, showing the chaos of war or just a battle. It was all so well done. I especially liked when they followed Bronn and just how chaotic it was. It was very similar to them following Jon in the Battle of the Bastards. Just very clever. I do call BS on how well Jamie fought though. No way Jamie fought off the Dothraki with his offhand. Bullshit. Daenerys, despite burning the food she needed, it was strategic what she did. She was caging them in with fire, lighting the wagons on fire, so her Dothraki could sweep in and finish them off. Very much so like the original Field of Fire with Aegon and his sister wives. Though I kept thinking, ugh, not the food you need. Though, of course, there's still a lot more food. The wagons were spread out thin, they even talked about that. So she only burned some of the food wagons, there's plenty of other food. Turning men to straight ash, that was so awesome, but so terrible at the same time. I'm not a Lannister fan, and even I felt bad. They really drove that sadness knife in with the Rains of Castamere as Jamie and Tyrion looked on. That had to be horrific to watch for them. Still a little bummed about the no saddle on her dragon. How did she stay on when Drogon was falling? I feel like she has thighs of steel or something. Also, I love pissed off Drogon. I'm happy they showed how intelligent dragons are supposed to be in this world. 1, dragons are smart. 2, Targaryens and their dragons are supposed to have a special bond. So seeing the arrows coming at Dany and Drogon moving to shield her demonstrates this intelligence and bond. He knows the arrows won't hurt him, but will hurt and or kill her. He also senses when Dany is in danger when Jamie charges at her. He turns in time to save her. So I love that they're showing this bond and that dragons aren't mindless beasts. But Jamie is still a dumb fuck for charging at a woman protected by a dragon. I wonder if he was having some Mad King flashbacks and thinking if he doesn't stop her, they'll be right back with the burn them all. And if you're worried about Jamie, don't worry. We know he's still alive. Bronn saved him last second, and I know someone questioned whether that was Bronn. Freeze the frames, it was absolutely Bronn. Jamie's wearing armor though, so he's going to sink like a rock. Getting armor off while drowning is hard enough. Getting armor off while drowning with one hand, that's going to be really tough. I'm kind of hoping Bronn helps him. He's wearing leather, so it might be a little bit easier for him to help out Jamie. But Tyrion also saw him go in the water, and Tyrion obviously loves his brother, so even if Bronn can't do it, he'll have people jump in to save him. He's a valuable prisoner of war. And I'm kind of thinking that he is going to be a prisoner of war, and Tyrion is going to release Jamie, and that's going to cause more tension between Dany and Tyrion. And Tyrion kind of owes Jamie for releasing him, so... Alright, so let's end on giveaways. Winner from last review, where I asked you to caption this photo, was the Howler, who wrote, "Oh my, look at all that character progression we wasted." I think I liked this comment just because of how bitter it was. Howler, please message me for your gift card. New giveaway for your chance to win a $15 gift card to Amazon. All you have to do is like this video, and then answer this question in the comment section below. What song should play when Jon and Dany totally bone this season? Let me know in the comment section below. I'll pick the winner and announce it next review video. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and come back for more videos.